What's good? Today I'm just playing around with some lighting. I actually just finished a spokesperson gig, one of my first ones. Yeah, I suppose if you're listening, then it's not really gonna make much sense. But if you have an opportunity to, then just rush over onto YouTube just to see what the setting looks like. I'm playing with various aspects of dramatic lighting that I saw online with some of the lights that I have, as well as how the light is hitting my face. It's just interesting to see. So I'm effectively using this video as a testing ground for all of that stuff. So excuse me. But yeah, what I wanted to speak to today about was basically how time will expose you. So I have had this year alone. We're in July. We're in August. We're in August. I've had this year. I've had I think four people who've hit me up asking for old tracks that we've done. These are tracks that are like pre 2020. So we're talking 3 years and more. Well, 2 years and more. And like I'm just fascinated. I'm fascinated at how, we can sit on music for so long as creatives. I'm guilty of it as well. I do it from time to time as well, where I'm like, I'll have a track or I'm thinking about it now. I've actually got this retro beat tape that I've been wanting to just put out there. It's 5 beats. I've got all the melodies down. I literally just need to sit down and work on the five drum patterns and call it a day. That's the retro album done. But I just haven't done it, right? Rightly so. I can come up with a gazillion excuses and say I was busy or I'm busy or there's other stuff that needs to be done. But like I'm sitting on stuff, right? And it's always funny because we'll justify it to a point. So, as an example, let's talk about music. Music as a career and music as a hobby. You can say that you want to do music as a career until time exposes you. And even though you've said that you want to do music as a career, 5 years go by and your actions show that you've treated it like a hobby up to this point. And even if you're like, yeah, I was just saving up money, I was doing this, I was doing that, but your actions will always show what it is that you truly feel about something. They always say that when they do surveys, they have to be very careful because a survey written down on a piece of paper, everybody might say, we like the red one, we like the yellow one, but then in actuality when they do their testing and they start seeing how people behave, they find out that everybody actually gravitated towards the pink one for whatever reason it might be. I remember that that's what happened with Netflix when they were redoing the website. They had this massive focus group of people who said that they wanted to do a certain thing a certain way, and it turned out that they didn't really do it that way in practicality. So, bringing that back to music and back to creativity, this is almost like an appeal to just say, if you have something, put it out there. Do it, try it, see if it works. If it doesn't work, too bad, it's failed. Like, go on to the next thing. So, for these people, I'm always curious to find out why they want to get tracks that were done. I think the oldest one must have been 7 or 8 years ago. They're like, yo, man, can we get that track? I'm like, first of all, like I probably have it. It's probably in an archive somewhere, but I can't understand why you'd want to go to 8 years ago version of yourself and say this is something that I want to release now, unless you're releasing it on in the context that you have gotten to a certain point in your career, people know you, and now you want to show them how you were previously. But besides that, I don't know why else you'd want to do that. So when you're in the moment, take the thing and do something with it. If you have the artwork, or you've got the drawings, or you've got the visuals, or you've got the beats, try and do something with it. That's something that might only happen in 10 years' time. That's different, right? Because you've already done the action. Like, for example, the track that I got placed with Toya Delezi. Beat was made in 2011, might have been 2010. It was probably 2011. I remember I was at varsity at the time. It was only picked up like 8 years later and made use of 8 years later. And like it's weird to think that back then me was still relevant up to this point, but I did something with it back then, right? And I created it and I had it and I tried to put it out there, sure. And what I did was like, look, if that's not working, I'm just gonna carry on making beats. And that's what I did. I just carried on making more of the same thing and creating and improving and improving. Sure, that then leads to you having a back catalog. That way, when the day comes and you need to be prepared, all your stuff is right there. My issue with releasing stuff from 6, 7 years ago is that if you haven't released anything between then and now, and you want to go back and release that old stuff without having released anything from now or last year or the year before, what are you doing? You kind of then need to then evaluate what you're trying to do. I had this conversation with someone, forgotten who it was, but we were talking about music and where they were musically. And I asked them a tough question. I was like, what are you doing with this music thing? You've been here, you've been writing for more than a decade now. What is your move? What are you trying to achieve? And it wasn't how it used to be, because like maybe 5, 6 years ago, had I asked them that question, they would have said, I really want this to be, it's a passion of mine and I want to turn it into something that's, it brings money in. It was a bit more of a sober response from them, something more along the lines of, it's been tough for me. I'm sort of leaning towards it being more of a hobby. I like to write. It was a very sober answer. And it sort of showed them, it kind of, not exposed is a bad word, but it sort of, time showed them themselves. That even though they said they were really serious about this thing and they really wanted it to be this thing, time showed. And sure, time comes with a bunch of things, right? Time comes with circumstance. Time comes with problems. Time comes with hardship. No one knew COVID was coming. No one knew they were going to have a baby. No one knew they were going to lose their house. They were going to get into a car accident, that their father was going to pass away. No one knew any of that stuff. And unfortunately, despite, you have to continue and you have to understand your goal in spite of everything that's happening around you. There's this cool quote, not a quote, it was a thing that was said by Alex Hormozy, massive entrepreneur. He said that when you want to start something, when you want to do something, don't wait for a time when things free up. Don't wait for your life to become more empty or for you to have more time. Because all that does for you is the moment your life eventually becomes less busy, then you take that thing on. The moment your life, because life doesn't stay unbusy for long, right? Especially if you're an adult, right? Things get busy again. And the first thing that's going to happen is you're going to drop that thing. You're going to be like, I can only start it up again when I have time. And you're going to drop it. So if music is that thing, or, if that is that thing that you're like, I'll do it when I've got time. The moment you have time, you're going to dive into it. I promise you, and you're going to love it. But the moment that time goes away again, you're going to be screwed and you're not going to do anything about it. So what he says is that when you're busy, if it's something you really want, or if it's something that you really want to try it out. Even when you're busy, carve out some time. We all have extra time. If we go do time audits of our own lives, there is ample time for us to at least try the thing. Try it and be like, okay, this is something I want to carry on with, or nope, I don't feel like doing it anymore. Do it while you're busy. That way, when things become calm again, you can even double down even more and do it even more. And then when you get busy again, you'll be like, but I started this thing, I was busy. Come on, I can carry on with it. That's what happens with gym as well. People will start with gym. Things go funny in their life. They get the flu, something goes on, they have a hard week at work, then they stop. Because now life is happening to them. So you kind of have to grip it by the horns and say, look, I understand what's going on, but in spite of that, I'm going to carry on and I'm going to do that thing and I'm going to release that music and I'm going to put that stuff out there. Even if it doesn't result in something right now, I'm still going to do it. So this is a plea to you. If you have a project or something that you're just sitting on or you've been sitting on, make a decision. Either release it, let us hear it, let us see it, or scrap it.